What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Bluzelle today. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it. So Binance, you guys, Binance delisted Bluzelle yesterday. They were announcing that they were going to do it the day before. I didn't get the memo. I'm sure none of us did, but a 39% drop was not what we needed, right? And that's okay. I know a lot of you are probably watching this video. You're wondering, should I sell? Should I buy? What should I do? Is it dead? Is it going to zero? I will be very blunt with you. A Binance delisting is not a good thing, my friends. It's really not a good thing, right? Getting listed on Binance is also not a good thing. You get listed, normally you sell off as soon as you get listed, but in the long term, it's bullish. However, unfortunately, whenever you delist, it also creates selling off in the immediate term. And then I think in the long term, that's also not a bullish thing at all. I don't know what to think about Bluzelle, man. It might be done. It might be dead. I haven't sold any of mine yet, and that's the unfortunate game we play. You know, I think we are fortunate, you know, anybody who's been following the channel for the past 2 years, any and all of my personal choices that I've chosen to invest in, we haven't had a chart that's anywhere near this, right? This is just one out of the handful, the 10 selections I've got. So it's bound to happen is all I'm trying to say, right? This is just me trying to mull things over and just say this happens. And that's why you don't have your full portfolio in just one coin. You never know when it's going to happen. Ideally it never happens to you, but it's going to happen, right? So that's why you're diversified. Bluzelle is still pulling up higher lows. It looks nice. And here's something that I told Fonzie, shout out to Fonzie on that note, that I meant it when I said it, and I want to say it now, is that if you like Bluzelle, if you're all about BLZ, you're sad that it's going down, but you liked the idea of it, right? You bought it for a reason. A very comparable coin, I think, would be Storj. And Storj is not getting delisted from Binance, or at least it doesn't seem like it is, right? I think if they were going to delist Storj, they probably would have done it alongside of Bluzelle. But here it is, still on Binance, right? They still got that on Binance. And its chart, however bearish it looks at the moment because it dropped, it's actually in a really good position to buy here at the 123 weekly moving average. It really is at a good area to buy. So if anybody, and I'm not saying that this is what you should do, I'm just saying it's probably not a bad idea. If you sold your Bluzelle before the end of the year, maybe here at the lows, claim the losses, and then rotate that over into Storj, you'll have the potential gains that Bluzelle might have had, right? Because they're kind of similar. But now Bluzelle being delisted from Binance, Storj not being delisted from Binance, it's a similar niche, right? It's like if Sandbox got delisted from Binance, I would say move your money into Mana, right? It's the same thing, not the same thing, but just similar niche. If you want to rotate it into other things besides Storj, something that's completely different, if you want to just get out of crypto completely, that's up to you. It's a personal decision. Again, I'm not telling anybody what to do with their money. This is not financial advice, but these are just some options, right? You could sell Bluzelle and get back in here, right? You could sell immediately and then get back in. I think that might be a smart idea if you're trying to do a short-term play, right? You could capitalize on the losses, claim your losses, buy back in, and by the end of the year, I do expect that Bluzelle has a nice pump. I haven't sold yet for that reason alone, but by the end of this video, I'll probably sell my Bluzelle and then buy back into it. That's probably what I'll do. I'll just sell and then buy back immediately to claim the losses. And then going forward, I'll kind of think about what I want to do. If I end up selling and swapping it into Storj, I will let you guys know. All right, I will definitely let you know that I'm doing that. And I think it is important, too, for anybody who's doing that, don't do a direct swap from Bluzelle to Storj. I don't even know if that's possible on your exchanges, but if that is a possibility, don't do that. Definitely sell it for US dollars to claim the losses and then buy this, right? Go through the whole process. It might be more fees, it might be more buying, but you're going to save more in the tax deductibles anyways. But take advantage of it while you can. We are at the end of December here. That'll definitely help out for next year's taxes, which is nice. That's the opportunity that's presented in this kind of downfall. But all that to say, guys, Bluzelle is still at a higher low. It is still at a higher low. From a low to a high here, we're all the way at the 786. Oops, that was not right. There you go. You're all the way at the 786, right? Generally, these moves down like this, if you find support at the 786, they can promote some ferocious bounces. I'm not expecting that with the Binance news. Personally, I'm not expecting that, but it's possible. It is very possible. We have found support in these areas on the oversold zone on the daily RSI before. The last time that we were here on the oversold zone at this exact area, it was a relative low, and then we moved up from 8.7 cents all the way up to more than 100% from there, right, in a very short amount of time in the course of November 4th to December 8th in the course of about a month. The time before that, when we were this oversold, it was basically over here. It was right here. We were at a relative low again. We didn't move as much, but from a low point, we were at 11 cents. At a high point, we were all the way up at 16 cents. Still a decent bit of time, a decent bit of a move from August 5th until August 24th in less than a month's time. So I would assume, again, by the end of this month, if not sometime early January, we probably do retrace most of this move. The bearish news has come out, right? You buy the hype, you sell the news. In the bearish case, you sell the hype, you buy the news, right? So I think this is a good area to buy if you're looking to do short-term trades on Bluzelle. I really do think it probably is a good area to buy, but you never know. You never know. Something like this could just be the beginning of an absolute shit fest to the downside, man. This is crypto, and the ugly parts of crypto are exactly this, right? It can just keep going. So hopefully it doesn't. We'll see how it goes. I'm definitely gonna. I'll probably sell. I'm just gonna say it now. You know what? I probably am gonna sell. I'm gonna sell Bluzelle, and I'm gonna migrate it all into Storj. That's what I'm gonna do personally. I like Bluzelle. I like the project, man. I like the ideas behind it, but I just don't think they've got any developing going on. I don't think it sounded like they did. It sounded like they had some gaming stuff going on, like they were making a game, but it just doesn't seem like it's that big of a deal, and it doesn't seem like that big of an accomplishment. Or I don't even know if it's still like going through, right? But a little bit of a disappointment with this one, man. It had a lot of promise. Right? Last cycle, even though it saw lower highs from a low to a high, it still grew an overall like 100x. It still did 100x, so that's phenomenal. I don't think that we're going to get that this cycle. I don't know if all-time highs are even worth talking about at this point. It's very possible still, but this is just the reality of the matter, guys, right? This is that kind of somber, you don't want to talk about it, but you got to talk about it. You got to look at it. You got to look at the data that's in front of you. I want to be hopeful. I want to say that Bluzelle could see new all-time highs, right? But I don't think it's appropriate to say that, right? Generally, a Binance delisting is not a good thing, and you are in this overall consolidation phase of your whole existence. You can break out to the upside. You can break out to the downside. It's possible, right? Here we are at the bottom of this pattern, kind of, right? Probably like right at the bottom. Probably not a good time to sell. Wait till we break the pattern if you really want to. Sorry, I shouldn't say that. It's an ideal time to sell if you want to claim losses. But if you're trying to sell, it probably isn't a good time to sell because it probably does bounce back up from here. But if it were to break, if it doesn't bounce, you could sell it like 5.5 cents, maybe 6 cents. If it goes below 6 cents, probably. But I don't know, man. I feel like I'm running out of things to say, so I'll probably end the video with that. Hit the like button, you guys. Subscribe if you haven't. It's a very sad thing to see any crypto that you love and hold yourself go to nothing, but it happens. It is crypto. I'm not saying that this thing is going to go to nothing. Again, I actually expect quite the opposite. I do think that it will bounce from here. I wouldn't be surprised if by the end of December, if not by the end of January, this thing was all the way back up at like 30 cents to 45 cents. I wouldn't be surprised in the least. But if more delistings come, if more negative news comes out, if there's some bigger problems behind the scenes that we're not aware of, absolutely, this thing could just keep dumping, man, and go into oblivion. It's possible. We'll know when it happens, but at the moment, I am calling for a bounce here. That's all I got. If you guys like the video, hit that like button. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this. I am definitively, I'm saying this because I'm going to do it. I'm going to sell Bluzelle later tonight. I'm going to buy Storj. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to claim losses and then buy the like asset that hasn't gotten delisted. That's what I'm going to do. You do what you want with your own money. I got nothing else for you. Take care. Bye.